It doesn't fill the void on the inside. But you have to ask yourself, what is it that might piss you off and be like, that's such like self-help quantum physics bullshit. Let's just talk about something that we talk about behind closed doors. I want to bring this in front of the camera. You're probably watching this on YouTube. Finding a partner who values you and not just your wallet. And you might be watching this video and you might actually be in a marriage. You might be in a relationship where you feel like your partner, your girlfriend, your wife, all they value you for is your wallet. Maybe you're a high achieving woman and you're watching this and you're like, yeah, I'm always footing the bill for my friends. Or I attract men that are, if they are as successful as me, then they're competing with me. Or my other option are guys who are not as successful, but are they really with me for me? And the same thing obviously goes for guys. I feel like that's a little bit more apparent. Is, you know, am I just dating women who are into me because of the lifestyle that I can provide to them, as opposed to just valuing me for me and not just my wallet? And so I want to say this very straightforward, and if you've subscribed, which thank you, and if you haven't subscribed, turn on the bell and also like the video because it will help my channel out. So help me out by doing that for me. So please, there's my alpha side. Do it. And so how do we address this? And this is where I'm straightforward with you, is this. It's very easy. Pay attention to what I'm saying because this truth will set you free. It's very easy for us to demonize people and to say, you know, it's just society. It's just women. It's just men. It's just where we are today as human beings. Listen, we can point to lots of valid reasons that ring a bell and that have a kernel of truth to them. But that will not ever change your situation. That will never liberate you, and that will not bring you freedom. Real freedom is by taking accountability and responsibility for ourselves and saying, why do I continue to have this experience if I don't like it so much? What am I doing to contribute to this situation? And so the first real conversation is not about people just valuing you for your wallet. The real conversation is you valuing you without your wallet. And that is like, people are only just going to mirror to you what you've got going on inside of you at the end of the day. I know I'm getting into coaching right here, but I cannot not say that. If you are having experiences that you don't like, you have to ask yourself if there's something going on inside of me that is a vibration for this, is a frequency that other people are going, I'm just connecting with what you're giving. So if you derive all of your value based off of how much money you have made and what you can buy and what vacations and what cars you can go on and where you live, then guess what? That is your value system that when another human being, because we're all energy, we're all frequency, we're made of water, another human being sees you and they go, oh, this is where you connect and this is where I'm meeting you. And that might piss you off and be like, that's such like self-help quantum physics bullshit. But the reality is it's bullshit that's real and it's bullshit that keeps showing up in your life, whether you like it or not. So the real question becomes, what is it that makes me valuable and what do I value about myself? And you will know what that is by what you talk about the most. When you go on a date, when you're talking with your significant other, are you constantly talking about the things that you do for a living or what you're going to do with the money that you have, what you're going to buy with it? That's where you're placing all of your value. And so if you want people to show up differently, if you want people to treat you differently, if you want them to see you differently, if you want them to value you for the real you, then you have to change your value system inherently for yourself and how you see yourself and how you communicate about yourself to other people. So what that looks like is, what makes me valuable? Okay, I'm successful at this. I accomplished this. Okay, if you've achieved that, and chances are if you're watching this, you have, you know, when I achieved those things for myself, it was like, okay, but is this everything? And once you've gone there, you realize, no, it's not everything. That's what I love about these celebrities who do interviews who are like, yeah, I've become successful. I had this, I had that. But it's not the end all be all. This is still people who are aspiring to get there, who still buy into the illusion that it's the end all be all. But if you're constantly communicating that as your value, it's you're setting the precedence on how people are going to perceive you and how they're going to value you. So it's you having a question or in a conversation with yourself. What makes me valuable? Okay, I made these achievements. What else is it that makes me valuable? And a deeper question than that, and I want you to really pay attention to this because this will change your life, is what do I want people to love me for? If you're a man, what do I want people to value me for, respect me for? What is that I want to be known for? You know, I think a lot about, legacy, and some of us are so distracted we can't even think that far ahead. But for those of us who are a little bit more conscious about our lives and we go, okay, what are my actions producing and unto what am I going to achieve with that? Then you start asking, like, what am I going to be remembered for? And so if you're not there, the question right now is, what do I want to be loved for? When I say I want someone to value the real me, have I even gotten clarity for myself of what that value is? Because here's the thing, here's the other end of the spectrum of you can have someone come in, love you for the things that you think are making you valuable, but it doesn't, here it is, it doesn't fill the void on the inside. The void on the inside says, I want to be loved as a person, but you have to ask yourself, what is it that makes you the person that you want to be loved for? And so for myself, what that would look like is, yeah, I had a television show. I live in the south of France. I work from anywhere in the world. I change people's lives. That's great. Those are all phenomenal things that most people would love to accomplish. But what do I want to be loved for? I want to be loved for that I have compassion, that I see through people's shit and I can love them through their shit, that when a person is in my presence, they feel really valued by me, that I've changed their life because I spoke something beautiful into their life, that I allow people in to see the deepest parts of me. And so these are my personal things, but I'm just trying to set some groundwork for you to go, okay, what are the things that I actually want to be valued for and loved for? And then the next step is to communicate from that consistently. Here's where the challenge is. We always go back to our old habits. And typically those habits come from some childhood programming. And so if you're like, wow, that's super complicated, I need help with that, go to my website, get coaching with me. We'll change that for you. But always, 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 the conversation, when you want someone to value you, not just for your wallet, but for who you are, you have to start communicating differently. You have to find different connection points for people to meet you at so that they can value you for the real you. You have all the power, believe it or not. You can blame society, you can get pissed off at women, you can get pissed off at men, you can get pissed off at social media. We can always blame everybody, but the reality is we always have the power if we can be courageous enough and have the fortitude to stick to these new profound habits that we can cultivate and develop. So you have what it takes and you're deeply loved. And if you need my support, be sure to go to my website. I'll see you with another video coming soon.